Good day, OA. My name is Lionel Garcia, and I'm your VP of Sales and Agent Development. And I'm excited to be with all of you today because today is Monday, and every Monday we go to do our Motivation Monday. So today we will be talking about a very important topic. We're going to talk about one of the most powerful tools in your travel business, and that is networking. Because truly in this industry, the right connections can open doors that you've never imagined. But before we get started, I want to talk about our wins of the week. So let's jump into those wins. What are your wins? Be it those personal ones, be it professional ones. I would love to know what are the wins of the week for you. So join in, let me know what are your wins. So for me, I guess you could look at this as a personal / professional, is that on Thursday, I get to head out with some of our OA family, and we are chartering the Amamora and heading through the Danube and departing from Budapest and ending in Munich. And I am really, really, really excited about that because I've just learned that the Christmas markets are opening up, and it's going to be a fantastic time up in Europe and on the Danube. So I love that. And hello to you, Beyond Expectations. Good afternoon. Thanks for chiming in. All right. So why does networking matter? Well, networking is truly not just about collecting business cards, even though sometimes that's our strategy. That's what we think of. It's really about building relationships that lead to trust, referrals, and opportunities. And networking doesn't only have to be online. It could also be offline. It gives you the opportunity to build those strong connections, and it can transform your business. So I wanted to take some time today to share with you some networking tips. And I think this is super important because we're gonna rephrase these networking tips to fit really more in the construct of a travel professional. So number one, well, before we get started, I did get a little comment that came in here. I love this. I'd love to learn more about the platform. That's fantastic. Beyond Expectations, you're welcome to visit our website, OutsideAgents.com, and you can learn more about us there, or you could send me an email at Lionel@OutsideAgents.com. All right, so we are going to get started with our networking tips, be it online or offline. So let's start with number one, and that is to optimize your online presence. Number one, you want to do is you want to make sure you update your LinkedIn and all of your social profiles to reflect your expertise or your niche. You want to engage consistently. I would tell you, if I could give you any piece of feedback when it comes to social media, is that be consistent. Create a cadence. How often are you going to be posting? Make sure that you are commenting on those posts. If someone's commented on your post, reply back and engage with that person who commented. Feel free to share your insights. Why don't you join travel related groups? This is going to keep you up to date with all the news and things, and it helps you become an expert and create value by sharing destination tips, travel hacks, and here's my favorite part, even client success stories. Have you thought about asking your clients to tag you on some of their successes, some of the things that they love that you did for them? I think that's something that would be really helpful. All right, we did get some comments that came in here. Oh, I love this. So Shelly, your win is starting to be seen on social media. I love it. Great job, Shelly. Congratulations. And Linda, big win. I will be on DWHSA ambassador. I have a feeling, Linda, I should know what DWHSA is, but I have a feeling that is a destination wedding specialist. So congratulations on that. That is awesome. That is a big win. So kudos to you. That's great. All right. Tip number two. One of the best ways to grow your network is by tapping into the industry communities. These are things that you already are part of. So start by joining forums or Facebook groups where there are travel professionals, and share ideas, share opportunities, participate in webinars and virtual events, stay visible, and stay informed. And here's the most important part that you got to keep in mind when you're doing this, because sometimes we think of it as a sales professional is you don't want to just sell. We want you to show up, be there, offer help, share advice, be that resource that you are. And when people see you as someone who adds the value, those connections will last because they're going to see how important it is to connect with you. So I highly recommend that. So tip number 2, leverage those industry communities. All right, I got another post here, and I like this, Linda. Thank you for clarifying. And Destination Wedding and Honeymoon Specialists Association. I probably should have known that. So awesome, Linda. Congratulations. And I know you're watching us from the West Coast, so thanks for being with us today. All right. And number 3, it's super important to manage your offline networking just as important as your online networking. So how do you do that? Well, you're going to attend conferences and trade shows. And here's the thing, come prepared. You have to have an elevator pitch for you. But number 2, know what's your mission. When you're coming to that trade show, who do you want to visit with? Who do you want to connect with? Why are you visiting with them? Why are you looking to connect with them? What do you want to walk away from after that trade show, after that conference? What is your goal? What are your action steps? What is your follow-up? So important. Next, you want to bring business cards. And I know, here's the thing. So many of us now are doing the digital business cards, and those are really cool and neat. But here's the thing. Still, to this day, traditional business cards are super valuable. Make sure there are social handles on your business card so that the way those suppliers and contacts can and your peers can follow up with you easily. And here's another kicker. You have to follow up. Follow up is everything when you're attending conferences and attending trade shows. And so you have 48 hours. That's the golden hour, 48 hours with a personalized message that is going to leave a lasting impression and be very memorable. Okay. I also want to remind you that you want to build, and this is tip number 4, build genuine relationships. And truly, networking works best when it's authentic. So listen more than you talk. And I know for us, me included, type A personalities, we have to remind ourselves that God gave us 2 ears, 1 mouth, and it's all about asking questions about what are their goals, and look for ways for you to be able to collaborate, and don't just look for ways to sell. And this is so important when you're working on building those relationships. And that's why think about what's in it for them and how you can add value to them by partnering with them. Oh, great. We got another comment here. I love this. So this is Mike. Instead of joining groups, I create my own group and watch it grow. Mike, congratulations. That is awesome. I know you and I work together on that strategy, and it's nice to see that it's paying off for you. So congratulations for you, Mike. I love that. All right. And number 5, this is our last tip for travel professionals, and that's going to be to use technology to stay connected. So use your CRM, track your contacts, and follow up. Oh my goodness, follow up. Schedule reminder for check-ins. Don't forget about birthdays. Make sure, I know that in Kickstart, our test team here, the CRM, teaches our agents how to send birthday notifications or birthday emails. Feel free to share relevant articles or travel news to keep the conversation alive and keep you relevant. This is what you need to do. So don't be afraid of technology. It is 100% your friend. All right. Every Monday with our Motivation Monday, we do have a motivation moment, and it's usually a little quote, and I love it. Networking isn't about collecting contacts. It's about planting seeds for relationships that grow over time. And if you think of a gardener, if you think of somebody who is planting, right, there is so much that goes into planting, right? You first have to cultivate the soil, then you have to till, then you have to spray the seed. Obviously, if you're a farmer, you're listening to this, you're like, Lionel, you have no idea what you're talking about, but you plant the seed. And then here's the key. You have to water, and you have to wait for the right amount of sun, and then you have to water some more, and there needs to be a lot of sun. And guess what? It is a process. And what's really great about this is that when it comes to your business, it's going to seem like to the people outside, it might seem like an overnight success, but you will know that it wasn't that. And when you share it with people, you will remind them of all the effort that went into building those relationships and planting that seed that will grow over time. So you're doing it already. Keep it going. All right, we got a few more here. Let's see. We got Tim. I love this. Let's see. Tim, I got a sale yesterday because of a birthday email that went out. Oh my goodness. Tim, congratulations. That is awesome. See, Tim used the technology. It went out to his clients, and due to that, he was able to close the sale. So great job, Tim. I love that. All right. So here is your call to action. And I love that we're starting to do this on our Monday, Motivation Monday. So here is your call to action. This week, you ready? I want you to commit to making 3 new connections, 1 online, 1 offline, and 1 through a professional group. And share that progress with us at OutsideAgents.com. We want to celebrate with you. We want to share in your success and your wins. So that is what you're going to do this week. You are to grow your network online, offline, and within your professional groups. So can you do it? Of course you can. I know you can. All right. I'm going to end our Motivation Monday with a quote of the day. And this is from the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. The richest people in the world look for and build networks. Don't miss this. Everyone else looks for work. That is the value about building the foundation of a strong network to help you build and grow the success of your business. So don't miss out on that. The richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else is looking for work. That's deep. That's some serious stuff. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me on this Motivation Monday. Until next time, stay motivated. Keep building the network that powers your success. Have a great day and a wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.